Yard haunt update. So tonight I ended up working pretty late. I didn't get out here. I wanted to stake down those tombstones that I got from Grave FX, but I didn't make it home in time to catch any daylight. So hopefully I'll do that tomorrow, get those staked in and get those good to go. There was something else I wanted to do, but I forgot. I can't remember. Oh, we got a new mask today, so I can make a prop. But I don't know. It's not exactly what I thought it was gonna be. I think the mask that I bought was definitely from another maker, and Amazon copied it, or some cheap company on Amazon copied it. But anyway, we still have all this over here. Our pumpkin scarecrow guy. Oh, this guy's going off. Sweet. I do need to get some ferns out of my truck. My buddy at work gave me some more ferns, so I'm probably going to put another one there between Granny Bates and that groundbreaker. Probably going to put one there. None of my candles are on. What the heck? One is. But as you see, the wind is blowing, but normally it comes from that direction and blows this way. It's blowing from that direction, which usually means a storm, but I don't think we are supposed to get any storms or rain or anything, so the wind is kind of odd. But the wind is setting him off, so it must be moving his coat enough to set him off. But I do think I'm going to move him up here just a little bit, or maybe move him to the other side, maybe put the wolf or something over here, I don't know. But still got Sir Talks a lot. Yeah, these guys are going off like crazy because of the wind. Yeah, see, my dad's tombstone is going to look really cool once I stake that thing in there right there. And then our fogging skull pile, that must be dead. And then obviously all the candles are dead. Or something. Grave robber, you gonna go? And we still have our archway. Looking pretty cool. Definitely missed the corn that's stuck way up there, but what are you gonna do? It's all broken, hanging down now.
If you're looking for somewhere safe, you can hide in the hole.
Buddy, she's gonna go too. Ah, she sets off gravestone cool. It's so cool. Yeah, we still got all these guys over here, same groundbreakers. I definitely am going to move that pumpkin bucket over here. Oh God, I just got harpooned in the throat. I can't even see this anymore. So let's move that between them. How about them apples? So how about that? We'll move that little pumpkin bucket there. Might have to put a brick in there so it stays there. Yeah, man, none of my candles are on. They're either all dead or they're all like just off. But I do need to get out here and mess around one of these days when I got some daylight. I want to move that tombstone over there That new one I just got, it's kind of getting crowded right there, and it's kind of in a weird spot. I'm gonna move him out here somewhere. I'm also gonna have to move that tombstone so I can put my dad's tombstone there. Still haven't got the box or any update at all with this chick. No idea where the package is, so we gotta figure that out. Pumpkin puck light, and that's not even on. Don't know what's going on here. So either when I was out here messing around the other day with controllers, I turned them all off or something. Then we got all these guys going off. They're all going nuts because of this wind. Got our werewolf. And then we got the new tombstone down here. And Old Faithful. Skeleton sacrifice in the back. 12-foot skelly. Twisted Tina up on the roof. Give you guys a view from the road. These things are just going off like crazy. This wind is just triggering their sensors, like their hair's moving or their clothing's moving, or yeah, see, she just went off. So those two are probably going to get unplugged because they're going to go nuts all night, and I don't want the wind to blow when they're like fully extended and then something happened, you know. They can withstand the wind and all that stuff a little better when their center of gravity is a little lower. Strawman is super cool. I do like this Gravedigger. I really wish my old Gravedigger worked. I thought about getting him out and putting him out here, but I just don't feel like building him, and he doesn't work. I think he talks. I don't know what happened to him. Like, his motor's all burn up, and he's a mess. But I don't know. I think last year I just put a pumpkin puck in the lantern and just stuck him back there, kind of where Twisted Tina is. I mean, he looked cool, but I don't feel the need to do that this year. I got enough stuff out here. And yeah, like I just talking to my wife earlier today. Look at this. You got a plane, got an automobile. Where's the train? But I was talking to my wife earlier about getting rid of some of this stuff. I said, can I get rid of... Man, there's two planes. I said, can I get rid of our Home Depot casket that we got a couple years ago? She's like, yeah. And I said, well, I found a couple real ones. Not real ones, but like old coffins. But somebody made them, but they're like, they look like they're coming out of the ground or half buried or something. I said, man, I could throw some dirt around those next year. Like, I'm really trying to gear up for next year's display. So I've been trying to find some cool stuff on Marketplace and just trying to get stuff together to build. So we're getting there. We're making that happen in the background too, with a lot of stuff that you guys can't see and that I'm not recording and stuff like that. But I am working on stuff. But yeah, she was like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead, sell it. I was like, okay, cool. So we're going to get rid of that thing and move on. I just don't use it. We haven't used it. Well, we do use it, but it's literally one day. So 364 days it sits in my way in the garage, and it's like, this is one piece that's huge that could get out of here. And I'm trying to get all this stuff listed before Halloween too, because you know, I got that big archway listed. I have a couple witches listed and some other stuff just on Marketplace, because you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I want to get rid of that. I want to start getting rid of some other animatronics that I have sitting back there. But yeah, we'll probably go through some of these as well. So probably my wolf is probably gonna go. Granny Bates, I'm on the fence. I might still keep her, but we might just reskin her. Gravestone Ghoul, definitely keep in. Grave Robber makes sense. These guys make sense. The only one that doesn't make sense anymore is going to be Guard Zombie. Obviously Trixie and the Dark Princess doesn't really make sense, but oh well. But I'm probably gonna just put the Old Faithful back there, that Reaper, put him up in my rafters. I'm probably not gonna sell him. I'll keep him, but we might use him somewhere. But the other one I'm getting rid of is Miserable Marie, because obviously she doesn't work, so I'm just going to get rid of the stuff that doesn't work anymore. And then, obviously all our tombstones we're going to keep. So we're just going to elaborate more on the tombstone, graveyard, you know, would like to build a mausoleum, so stuff like that. We might keep the scarecrows. Those are the only ones in question. But I could do like a whole little section or something over here just for all my scarecrows. Put those 3 guys over here, or put them out for photo op. We always do something as a photo op, like over here in this patch of grass. But I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead. Don't really know what to do. I could probably bring out the horror icons or something and let people take pictures with those or something. But I think next year would be really cool, and then people could take pictures in front of the cemetery and all that stuff. But other than that, like I said, didn't do anything today. We just I've been learning a lot about vampire plugs and making my own extension cord, because as you see, my cord comes out of there. So if you unplug that, this whole side, so the arch and everything on this side of the house will shut off. Everything's on that one plug. So I'm looking at doing vampire plugs, so I could measure out the cord, drop it from the window out to here, and boom, I could put a plug right there. And then I could go out to here, you know, I could put a plug here so I could have a light there. I can put a plug here so I have a light there. I can put a plug there so I have a light there. You know, I can put one there. I can put one there where the skeleton is, put one up in the front corner. Same on the other side. I'll make another cord for that. But yeah, and then obviously like stuff in the background, I can just run, I could put a 3-way splitter off of that plug and then just run an extension cord over there. Or I could make a whole nother damn plug, or just make it really long and make it come all the way up and around, you know. But next year, yeah, I'm gonna change this up so much, but obviously most of the display is gonna be similar, because there's only so many spots you can put stuff here. My yard's not big at all, so yeah, I don't know. So I think having those plugs in those main spots is definitely, like this front corner, because my fencing's only so big. My fencing isn't gonna change on the side. My fencing is gonna change up front, but that's not going to affect the spacing between the animatronics and stuff. So either way, we're gonna get there. Definitely making my own cord is going to be the route to go, because right now I have that cord running out here and it comes all the way up here and goes to that corner to him. It goes into a big splitter, but then I also have cords running back this way, which is really stupid when I could just pop a plug right there and be done with it. And I have a light there, you know, every animatronic plugs in, plus it has a light on it. So that just makes it super hard to do this stuff, because you have a wire nightmare. You guys know this. You guys set up too. When you sit here and deal with all these cords, you just scratch your head like, this is stupid. So I'm trying to alleviate that. Before I tear all this down this year, I want to make my own cords. Out here, measure out, you know, run a wire in there and be like, okay, I'm taping this to this plug, dropping it out the window, and then away we go. Then when I get to this corner, we're okay, I'm putting a plug there, I'm gonna put a plug here, gonna put a plug there, put a plug there, around this corner. All right, we need a plug here, and we need a plug here. I could even put one here if need be, you know. It's just, and then this other side I can run its own separate cord out here. and I can run it straight up to here, and I can put a plug there, put a plug here, put a plug there, put a plug in that corner, and I can put a plug there, and I can run it back through there. Then it's like everything's got its own plug and its own cord, and I'm not running 90 extension cords with 90 splitters and all this crap that I keep doing. So that's my plan. Let me know what you guys think down below. Have you messed with vampire plugs? Have you made your own cords? Let me know. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Happy hunting.